Good morning to all my biology students out there. It's Mr. Mosel. Thought I had an emoji face now, huh? But I didn't. I haven't been in quarantine that long. Hopefully, you guys are doing well out there. I miss everybody. I know a lot of you have been having some questions about our work and what's been going on. Before the break, we were working on food chains and food webs, and a few of you had jumped on and were doing that work. And we're continuing on that topic here for the next week. So those that didn't jump on before the break, I'll post some notes that we did on the email so you can go back and look at those if you like. So for today, I'm just going to go through some notes here. You don't have to write these down. If you would like to, you can. You have this video to help you guys out. All right. So again, I do miss you guys. Miss our class, our fun times we had together. So looking forward to talking to you guys, making it through some Zooms here at the end of the week if you would like to jump on. So today's topic, we are talking about ecological pyramids. And I have a sample right here for you guys. That is what we call an energy pyramid. And these are very short notes, so we'll go through these pretty quickly. So what I want to talk about here, and I can't find my stuff here, so hold on with me 1 second. Desktop, auto stop, recording. All right, it's not giving me my handles here this morning, but that's all right. All right, so first thing we're going to talk about what a trophic level is. So when we're doing our food chains and food webs, we're talking about the different levels. They're like the steps in the food chain and the food web. So it's just a specific name for a step in an energy pyramid, which we have here, or a food chain or food web, which we did last week, and I have them actually up here. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Getting messages from other teachers already. All right. So let me scroll up here to show you guys. So this was a food web from the week before. All right. And then we had a simpler version of that, which was a food chain. So each level here would be a trophic level. So let me go back down so I don't confuse you guys. Scroll. Okay. So in our pyramid here, this is an energy pyramid. So trophic levels, we have actually 5 of them here. I'm just going to talk about 4 of them. So here at the bottom, we have our primary producers. That would be a trophic level. And usually our primary producers make up the first level, and they are the largest level. We find the most organisms at this level. So remember, primary producers from our notes before spring break were all our plants, the organisms that get their energy either from the sun or from chemicals. So this would be our primary producers. They're always at the bottom of the pyramid. Okay, you got to remember that because you guys will be making a pyramid today and sending me some pictures, hopefully. The next level in our energy pyramid, our next trophic level would be our primary consumers. So these are the organisms that eat the primary producers. All right, so in this sample, we have some grasshoppers here, moths, some insects. These are what we call our herbivores. Again, that word should be a review for you guys. Herbivores are organisms that just eat plants. Our third trophic level here would be our secondary consumers. So these are the organisms that eat these organisms here down at the primary consumer trophic level. So our mice, our snakes, eating the grasshoppers, our moths, all their organisms, okay? And we'd call most of these organisms either omnivores. Omnivores eat both plants and meat, or carnivores would just eat meat. And at the top of our energy pyramid, our top trophic level will be our tertiary consumers. So we use the word tertiary for third level consumers. And on this one, you can see it is a fox. All right, so that fox would eat the mice or the snake. Okay, so the fox is up here, and that fox would be considered, well, a carnivore. Okay. We are not going to talk about decomposers in this today. We'll come back to that later. I don't want to confuse you guys too much. All right, so what you're seeing here, I'm going to scroll down here a little bit, this whole pyramid here, we call this the ecological pyramid, or energy pyramid. It shows the amount of energy within each level of the ecosystem. And I'm going to scroll down here and we're going to come back up to that pyramid. So what I mean by the energy within each level of an ecosystem is the 10% rule. And we're going to practice this. Only 10% of the energy is transferred to the next level. The rest of the energy is released into the environment as heat. So primary producers have 100% of the energy. They get their energy from the sun in the form of light energy, or like we talked before in our notes before break, some primary producers get their energy from chemicals. I'm sorry, my dog's barking, distracted me a little bit. So let's go back up here before we go further in our notes. So in my little pyramid here, we have different percents here. So primary producers, they have 100% of energy, all right? They get all their energy, like I said, from light energy from the sun or from chemicals if they get it from, there's some organisms on Earth that don't need to get energy from the sun. They learn how to get energy from chemicals. So they have 100%. That's why it's always good to eat your fruits and vegetables because they have so much energy with them. Here's the thing. When you eat primary producers, you don't get all that energy. Some of that energy, 90% of it, is released into the environment as heat. You only get 10% of that energy. So this is why it's called the 10% rule. So that 100%, these grasshoppers and moths don't get all 100% of the energy. They only get 10% of that energy. All right, so a lot less. Remember, 90% is released as heat into the environment. Okay, so now going on to the next level, when this mouse or snake eats that grasshopper or moth, they don't get that 10%. They get 10% of 10%, which is 1%. See how the levels are falling? All right, so they get less energy. All right, so they have to eat more to get more energy. All right, because more of that energy is released as heat. Now, the poor fox up here, he only gets 0.1% of that total energy from the producers. All right, so he's getting less and less energy as we move up the pyramid. So the fox, do you think he eats a little or a lot? Probably going to have to eat a lot to get his energy, right? Because he's getting less and less from everything he eats, all right? Because that 10% rule, all right, that energy is disappearing in the form of heat into the environment, all right? So what you need to remember, as you move up the levels, the trophic levels, all right, the amount of energy goes down by 10%. All right, that's all that's transferred is 10%. So we go from 100% down here, primary producers, 10% primary consumers, 1% secondary consumers, to 0.1% for our tertiary consumers. Okay, and this again is called, oh, there's my little bar, it popped up. This is called the 10% rule. All right, so only 10% of energy is transferred to the next trophic level. That's what we just talked about. The rest of the energy is released into the environment as heat. Primary producers have 100% of the energy, light energy from the sun or chemical energy. The last consumer in the food web, in our food pyramid, our energy pyramid, gets the least amount of energy. That was our fox. These consumers need to eat more to get their energy. So this is the end of the notes today, but if you would like to do this, if you're bored and you have nothing to do, ask a friend, ask a family member, what if there were no producers in the world? Will there be energy for other organisms? All right, see what these say. All right, you can let me know, email me, or let me know some other way through our remind we had set up last week too. Okay, so these are our notes for today. Sorry about that. We're just getting messages from all the teachers working here this morning. So those are our notes. This is what you're going to do now. And this will be an email for more directions. You are going to create your own energy pyramid today. All right. Using organisms from around your neighborhood. If you live by a forest reserve, you could use those organisms. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you could just make up your own organisms. Just remember, you're going to be making a pyramid like this I want you to try to use different organisms that are not found in our pyramid, okay? I want you to draw this out on paper. You're going to label it primary producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers. I want you to tell me what percent of energy as it gets transferred to each level. Okay, so that's already in this one, so you can use that to help you out. And also, I want you to tell me, are these omnivores, which eat both plants and meats? Are they herbivores that just eat plants, or carnivores that just eat meat? So you can put that over to the side. I'm going to show you here a sample in a second. Okay, so this is where you're going to do your work today. After you watch this video, make your energy pyramid. All right, you are going to take a picture of it, and there's a link in your email. You're going to post it to a Padlet, and here is my Padlet. So in the Padlet, there are the directions again for you guys. So for a Padlet, we've done this before. It's pretty easy. You have this plus sign down here in the bottom. You click on it, and when you click on it, a box will come up. Your name should be here. If you don't see your name for some reason, that's okay. This puts your name in the title. What I want you to do then is click your camera, or if you have the document saved to your device, whatever you use, and you could upload it too. But if you just want to take a picture of it, you just click your camera, and this will pop up. Then you would just hold your paper in front of it like this, click the camera, and snap it. And this is what's going to pop up. All right. So I have a sample up there for you guys already. So I want you guys to share your energy pyramids today. So this is how you'll turn in this assignment. I think it's pretty easy. You don't have to go through any other steps. So just post your picture right to this Padlet, and that will be your assignment for today. You do have a week to turn it in, so remember that. So you have from today up until next Tuesday to get this into me. But if you'd like to get it done, since you have other classes you're working on, I'll be here all day through 1 o'clock actually on my computer. After that, I do get notifications on my phone, so I will see stuff happening. So again, hopefully everything is great with your families. Hopefully you guys are all safe and healthy. Missing you guys out there, missing having fun in our classes. I know I've talked to Mr. McGinnis. I've talked to Mr. Slaughter, Mr. Torres. They miss you guys also. So take care. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. If you got questions, email me today. I am here to help you. Take care and stay safe. And where's my emoji pillow? There it is. And I am out. Take care, everybody. I can't see my screen with my emoji pillow. And Luis, I wish we could do some time climb. We'll see what we can do here. I'll see if I can work something out. All right, guys. Take care.